is the unbelievable true story of James Harrison, a man whose rare gift turned him into a silent guardian for millions of families. A boy who should have died. It begins in 1951, Australia. 14-year-old James was rushed to the hospital with collapsing lungs. Doctors performed a brutal operation, opening his chest, removing one of his ribs, and draining liters of blood to keep him alive. For 3 months, he lay in a hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, pain echoing through his body, wondering if he'd ever walk again. But something else was happening. Something no one understood yet. The blood transfusions he received carried a secret. A rare mutation. A powerful antibody. Something so unique, so valuable, that it would change the world of medicine forever. When doctors tested his blood after the surgery, they froze. "James, do you know what this means?" they whispered. Inside his veins was a natural antibody that could stop a mysterious disease killing newborn babies across the world. A disease called rhesus disease, where a mother's own blood attacked her unborn child. Babies died in the womb. Babies died minutes after birth. Families were shattered without explanation. But James carried the key to stopping it. A promise that changed history. When James learned what his blood could do, he made a quiet, simple promise. If my blood can save lives, you can take as much as you need. At age 18, he gave his very first donation. He sat in the chair, hands trembling, thinking of the strangers he might help. He didn't know their names. He didn't know their faces. But he knew suffering, and he wanted to spare others from it. Doctors used his rare antibody to create a miracle drug, the anti-D injection, a shot given to pregnant mothers to protect their unborn babies from rhesus disease. Suddenly, babies who once had no chance were breathing, crying, living. And James kept donating, week after week, year after year, decade after decade. Every 2 weeks, he rolled up his sleeve, smiled at the nurses, and said, "Let's save a few more today." The man who saved the world without leaving his town. For 60 straight years, James donated blood. Over 1,100 donations. A world record no one has matched. And what his blood accomplished? Impossible to measure. He didn't just save one child. Not hundreds. Not thousands. But more than 2.4 million babies. Millions of families who got to hear that first cry. Millions of tiny hands that got to hold a mother's finger. Millions of children who grew up, laughed, loved, lived. All because one man kept a quiet promise. When he made his final donation at age 81, the entire clinic gathered around him. Some nurses cried. Some clapped. Mothers he had saved hugged him tightly. But James only smiled and said, "I'm just glad I could help." No medals, no fame, no spotlight. Just a man and the blood that saved millions.